Hi, I'm Paul, and in this video I'm going to show you how to record an Everwood 2-inch with the Standard Cordlock. I have a few replacement parts on hand to facilitate this repair. Some replacement cord in the correct color, some replacement washers or grommets just where I tie off some cord knots, a lacing needle. If you don't have one of these, a nice alternative is just a larger zip tie, and I've drilled a small hole through the end. The first thing I want to do is identify how many lift cords are routed through this blind. You can see I have punches through the slats here in 3 different locations, indicating that I have lift cord coming through all of these. So I want to replace all the cords on the shade, not just the one that's broken. To identify the damaged cord. Now I can see right here, there's one cord in particular that's definitely damaged. It's frayed, it's starting to break apart. Remove and set aside the breakaway safety connector. And I know I'm replacing all these cords, so I'll just cut away some of the old cord, set aside this half of the connector with the pull cord and the decorative tassel. The third cord here has a small clear washer that we'll go ahead and hang on to that and use that in the replacement as well. Remove each bottom rail plug by just carefully prying up on these, and they'll lift right out. There's a little bit of a pressure fit, but they come out pretty easily. I can see here that I have the ladder, front and back. I also have the remaining lift cord here. These are all held together by a crimp. Very carefully cut away just the lift cord above that crimp, making sure that I do not cut the ladder. Don't want to cut the ladder at all. That's going to get into a different repair or possibly a remake of the blind. And we'll do that on the remaining 2 routes as well. Now there's a few different ways that we want to replace these cords in an efficient manner. So this will just depend on maybe the size of the blind or the workspace you have available. So we want to show you a few different ideas that might work best for you. Pay attention to the path of these cords as they enter the headrail. In the headrail, the cords are coming out of the cord lock and will pass to each route below the tape rolls. So the first cord here is going to the first tape roll. The remaining cords you can see are routed out of the cord lock and pass in between the front edge of the headrail and this ray feature of the tape roll support. And they're continuing right on down the line to the next tape roll, through here and down to the last tape roll. Take a look at the ordered width and the ordered length of the blind. This is a smaller blind, 30 inches by 30 inches. So that's going to help me determine how much cord I want to cut. I'm going to use the length plus the width and maybe add another, say, 12 inches or so just to give me some extra cord. About 72 inches of cord. So I have my 3 lengths of cord cut. I'm now ready to start replacing the old cord. Choose one of the good cords. This cord is actually the cord that's routed through the right-hand side here. Take the end of the old cord, grab the new cord, and weld those 2 ends of the cord together. Move to the bottom rail and carefully begin to pull from the cord in the bottom rail, being careful as I pass through the cord lock and pass through the guide of the tape roll support. And I've just pulled the cord through, and there's my weld now here at the bottom. Cut away the old cord, and I have my new cord attached quickly and easily right here at the bottom. Take a small washer, feed that washer onto the cord, and I'll tie a quick double over knot, cut away the excess tail there. Let's focus on the one that's broken. Pull on it slightly. This cord is the one routed through the head rail into the middle cord. Pull this out, you can see it's exiting out of the bottom rail, and I'm just going to get rid of that old cord entirely. 2 of the existing cords are passing behind the separator. I'm going to put this new cord in front of the separator. So there's always division here. If there's 4 cords, we'll have 2 to the back and 2 to the front. Feed that through the cord lock between the locking bail and the cord guide. Follow the path right down the line here, going between the head rail and the tape roll support. That cord needs to pass into this area over that cord guide and then fish down through that center route right here. Take my lacing tool, and it's a little bit of a tight space in here, but let's just get that pushed through. Here it's protruding out the front edge of the head rail right in front of the tape roll. Go underneath the tape roll support, grab that cord, fish it through the lacing needle. go. Pull that right through. Start with the bottom slat and begin to lace this through each punch of the slat. The lift cord is interlaced between each rung of this ladder. Here I'm on the right side of the ladder. As I come through the next, I'll just move the ladder over and make sure it's on the left. Continue this process until I reach the top. Got my zip tie. Carefully take the lift cord that's exiting out of the headrail, feed that right through the hole, pull all the cord right through to the bottom. Feed this cord through the bottom rail, come out the bottom, and attach my washer with a quick double over knot. Repeat that process by going through the cord lock and between the cord guide and the locking bail. Continue that same path right across the headrail, behind the headrail edge and in front of the tape roll support. Grab that cord and just pull it up between the tape roll and the tape roll support. Feed my lacing tool through that bottom center punch. Come right up here next to the cord between the tape roll and the tape roll support. Feed that through my lacing tool and pull that through. Hang the blind to finish this cord and then finish the length of the shade. Feed this cord through each punch of the slat, beginning with the top slat. As I feed each cord through, I'm slightly moving the slat left and right so that I'm interlacing the cord between each rung of the ladder. Here at the last slat, we'll go ahead and feed that through. Take the cord and also feed it through the hole in the bottom rail. Take my washer and go ahead and tie off that last remaining cord. Reattach the bottom rail plugs. There's 2 notches. These are going to line up front to back. I want the ladder to be inserted into this notch area here. Push the plug over that crimp, centering that notch in the hole, front to back, and just give that a nice good push in there. Let's repeat that process for the remaining plugs. Make sure that the blind is fully lowered. Evenly pull on these cords to about the 3rd slat. Cut away my extra cord. Take a marker and make a small mark across the cords right below the slat. Raise the blind a little bit. This will just give me a little bit of extra room to work on with the cords. I know that each of these marks on the cord indicate where the cord connector knot should go so that the blind will raise and lower in a level fashion. Start with one of the cords to the back, and I want that to be a cord that will go through the hole on the connector. Pull that through, tie a double over knot towards the end of the cord. As I tighten the knot down, I'm looking for that black mark that I made, and in this case, it is right above the knot. Now let's come to the second cord that's behind the separator. Reattach the second half of the cord connector. Tie my knot, keep sliding that knot down, tightening as I go, and there I see my black mark right above the knot. Now I'm ready for the third cord. Now keep in mind when there's a third or a fourth cord, these cords are going to insert into the connector, and you can see as I start to bring these together, it creates 2 more holes there for the third and potentially the fourth cord as well. Reattach the clear washer that was there when I started, and then tie my knot. I'm going to slide that knot on down. My black mark is ending up right at or just above that washer. And remove any of this remaining tail. Comb through these a little bit just to make sure they're not wrapped around each other. Grab the 2 separate halves of the cord connector and bring them to the third cord. And I can see that that third cord is now in that hole right there. Snap this together. Make sure that I have a good tight connection. Fully lower the blind. The ladder is what will keep the blind level here at the bottom. My connector is right about at that second slat. Raise the blind, checking the spacing as the slat pack comes together to make sure the blind is raising and lowering in a level fashion. And that's how we record an Everwood 2-inch with the Standard Cordlock.